All right, welcome back to No Limits. It's been a fat minute since we've recorded an episode, especially a boys only episode, and I'm happy to be back. I'm here, of course, with my co-host Mandeep and
Yo,
and my boys Harshan and Deep. How you guys doing?
Been doing good, man.
doing
Been
good,
doing
bro.
good. This guy hasn't won us back, yo. This guy never won us back.
No,
Slacking, bro, slacking.
nah. So I didn't tell any of you guys this. Um, this is why I really wanted. I didn't do the episode yesterday because I wanted you, Deep, and Harshan to specifically be here for a special announcement, like
Okay.
live on No Limits right now. I,
Okay.
I
Whoa.
I'm being serious. I was thinking. I was like, every boys only episode we have Deep and Harshan on, and Manib, of course, because Manib's the co-host, right? Manib has a title, co-host, and what I call you guys is just the boys, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I want to make it official. I want to make you guys the official co-hosts for the boys only episodes. Like how
Sheesh.
Okay,
appropriate.
bro,
okay.
let's go.
Okay. Yo, where's the money though? Yo, fuck that. Yo, where's the money,
they
yo?
they upgraded.
Trying to get
We made it to the
compensated
co-host,
pay.
bro.
They
No,
upgraded.
like for real though, like you guys support No Limits all the times. I want to pay you back. I don't want to just say, yo, you're just my boys that are hopping on. Like you're a part of the No Limits family, basically. If you guys know what I'm saying.
Thank you, bro. Thank
Damn,
you,
bro.
bro. We appreciate it, yo. We appreciate it heavily, yo.
Yeah,
For
no,
real, bro.
no,
you
we
be getting this way too sentimental, bro.
Yo, for real, bro. In the start,
For no reason.
Yo, man. He
got
called
me
the
crying over
co-host,
here,
yo.
man.
Okay. Calm down.
But where's the check you promised us, yo? Where's the
Oh.
check?
All right, go, Prab. Kick it off.
okay, man. Yeah. So we got that out of the way. There's so much to talk about specifically right now in the YouTube boxing scene. So let's just start off with all these canceled events first of all. Like in this summer, what we expected to have was first, it was Austin McBroom versus Gibb, which has now been postponed because something with Gibbs medicals. Well, I'm glad he's safe. That's been confirmed. He's all good. Then we were supposed to have Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury pussied out, so that got canceled. Then we were supposed to have Jake Paul versus Hasim Rockman Jr., a guest
my
of No
God.
Limits, and there's a lot of shit going on there, and who knows who's in the wrong for that one. And then we were supposed to have KSI versus Alex Wasabi, and now that's not canceled. Well, the fight is canceled, but the event's still going on. Now we're having KSI versus Swamps or whatever what's his name?
Swarms, I think.
Swarms. Yeah.
Swarms
Swarms,
or whatever
yeah.
the fuck his name is, which is a L fight, but it's still a good event which is going on. But man, so, look, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think this is like a cursed thing this summer or what?
Yo, it might as well be, man. Like the way that every single fight that everybody want to see, like Austin versus Gibb was one everyone wanted to see. KSI, well, KSI versus Alex, I don't really think people want to see that, but people just want to see KSI versus, at least like now in hindsight, a competent opponent, right? Like no one wants to see Swarms, bro. I didn't even know who the guy was from because I'm not even trying to be rude. I just genuinely didn't know. But what else was there? Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. He got exposed by his own dad for not training well for that fight, and
That's
the
insane.
Hasim fight. There's just honestly, I think it's the commission. Honestly, it just fights have gone on in like UFC or boxing where people have weighed in like way above the limit. And like the day before, Hasim was like only like a pound 0.6 over, and he still had a whole day to cut. So I think that's just the commission, man.
Yeah, 100%. But as you said, like specifically the KSI versus Alex Wasabi fight now doesn't seem too bad compared to what we're getting.
Oh,
But But with all that said, there's so many conspiracy theories going on with that one. So Alex Wasabi came out and said he was concussed or like he broke a hand or something like that, right? But people really are believing that Jake Paul paid Alex Wasabi off to pull out of the fight so he can hop in with KSI August 27th. Like, do you guys think that's true?
I
No
don't know.
way.
That sounds like too insane. It sounds like going beyond the lines at this point.
People are
Because
reaching.
when do you just draw the line? Like, yeah, this is impossible. This cannot happen. I don't understand. Like, they just be saying anything nowadays.
Yeah, like I agree. I don't think that happened. I think Alex Wasabi actually did want to have this fight. It was a huge opportunity for him. I do believe he actually did get concussed. So of course, I'm not happy that during the fight lead up he decided not to promote one bit. And now that the fight's not going on, he's tweeting at KSI. That's kind of stupid. But as we know, Jake Paul did offer to step in August 27th, fight for free. Um, he said KSI's A side, but then KSI didn't accept. Like, what do you guys?
But yeah, honestly, the thing about that is people say he's ducking, but like realistically, I believe he's just being smart. Because honestly, if KSI and Jake Paul were to enter a ring, I believe Jake Paul would lay him out. Like simple as that.
Brutally.
Yeah, like because he has so much more experience than him, and there's no way KSI has like that level of experience yet. Sure, he's in there, he's training, he's looking good. Even in his training, you can see, he's going at it. But realistically, if those two guys got into a ring, then no, there's no way that KSI is even remotely getting close to knocking him out. It's definitely Jake Paul that would take it. So I don't think he's ducking. KSI knows what he's doing, right? But the thing is, he's still talking smack. So now that I don't know what to say about that. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree. So what my take on it is, I see both sides. I see I don't really think you can knock Jake Paul for this. He's offered to fight, so what can you say? If the guy's gonna fight, he's gonna fight, right? So I don't really see the argument against him. But to take KSI's side here, I see how what he's saying. He says no. I want to make this a huge fight, Wembley Stadium, 100K people. Like this is like the biggest fight in YouTube boxing you can make. Like you wouldn't just do that in like a 3 weeks notice, right? Which makes sense. But I just don't understand what when KSI says, "Oh, I can beat Jake Paul right now," but then why aren't you fighting him right now? If all KSI has to say is, I've been inactive. I probably won't beat Jake right now, but I believe I can. Let me just get a few fights in, and then that's respectable. I just don't understand when he says I can beat him right now, but he won't fight him right now.
Yeah, but I guess it just goes down to what you and Mundi both previously mentioned, right? Like this is just such a huge fight. Like this is the fight that everybody that keeps up with YouTube boxing or even has like even a little knowledge on it. Like this is the fight that everybody wants to see, and everybody's been wanting to see this fight for like 3 years. So honestly, I think it is just the point that you guys brought up where it's a huge fight. It's a fight that people want to see. It's a fight that money, so it would make no sense to do it on 3 weeks' notice.
Yeah, no, I agree, and then but one thing I can say I can respect KSI for is he's keeping the event going. He's not just gonna drop out, even though it's swamps or swarms or whatever. Yeah, my bad. I keep saying swamps because I generally just don't know this guy. But what was I gonna say? So before that fight got announced, what I like said on Twitter was, why not have KSI versus Face Temper? Because Face Temper's opponent, Blueface, who got caught beating up his girl, got
God.
kicked off the card. So and then KSI doesn't have a fight, and then that's a guy from the main event, a guy from the co-main event. You could easily just slip Face Temper in the main event, right? But then what we didn't know is now Face Temper is going to be fighting Slim, which is a really good fight. And I'm excited for that one. It's like two tall guys, two good underrated YouTube boxers who can easily be main eventers fighting. So I do understand that, but what's your guys' reaction to that fight?
Yo, honestly, Temper versus Slim. I mean, Slim has Slim has shown that he's actually a very underrated YouTube boxer that people don't really talk about, and he actually does put in the work. I know he hasn't really faced anyone that other than Fusi too, he hasn't really faced anyone of like significance that people know about, right?
Yeah.
But with him versus Temper, it should honestly be a pretty entertaining fight, and this might even be more entertaining than Temper versus Blueface, honestly.
I agree. I agree with that. But one thing I'm gonna say, so it's actually crazy how life works sometimes. Cause Slim was supposed to be fighting on the Kingpin card, right? The card which like nobody cares about realistically. He's supposed to fight this guy by the name of Ryan Taylor, and what ended up, and then when that fight got announced, everyone's like, you had the chance to fight on a KSI undercard. You could have fought Salt Poppy, King Kenny. Why would you not take that out? This, that, and then the fight with Ryan Taylor didn't go ahead because Ryan Taylor basically jumped Slim before the fight and it fucked up Slim's eye, right? And look how life works. Because if Slim fought Ryan Taylor there, he probably would not be fighting Slim right now. And now he's fighting on a bigger card, on a bigger stage, and against a bigger opponent. But only thing I'm gonna say is, um, on a 2 weeks notice, I don't think Slim wins this fight because Temper was so technical against Kenny. I think Kenny is better than all of Slim's opponents. And I think, and then Temper is like 6'4", Slim's like 6 feet. So Slim is at a huge disadvantage. If he somehow pulls this off, like you gotta give respect to him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I watched Temper box, he looked really, really good. I don't know too much about Slim, but it seems like Temper has, most of the advantages going in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Slim can pull it off, to be honest, on that short-term notice.
Yeah, I mean on that short term, and like Temper is also an experienced guy, and I think Temper has also done like martial arts in the past, so he knows what he's doing. And again, like what 2-3 weeks notice is just not enough time to face off against opponent who has a different fighting style. Ryan Taylor, I mean, he headbutted someone in his first fight, right? I mean, yeah, like
he did.
like it's a wild style for him to headbutt someone. So like two completely different styles. I think because of that, Temper will take it.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly rooting for Slim here because I like Slim, but I don't know if he gets it done. But you know what? Even if he loses, you got to give respect. 2 weeks notice with such a hard fight, and with the eye injury, I don't think his eye is like fully healed either. So got to give respect for that. But one thing I forgot to mention is another big rumored fight that's going on right now is Jake Paul versus one of the most famous people in the world right now, Andrew Tate, and
Top G.
yeah, top G Andrew
The
Tate.
top G.
Yeah, so I don't even know what's going on with all of that, but honestly, I've just been seeing that Jake Paul's just been talking a lot about it recently, and I actually want to show you guys a clip. I'll just share like a minute of this clip, but I want y'all to like listen to it and actually see what Jake Paul says and like actually just give a proper reaction to it. All right?
Yeah, so this is Jake Paul talking about the Andrew Tate fight.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. 1 second.
Y'all
Alright,
see that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think he would fight us. Come on, he's the top G. Nah. Come on, he's the top G. Nah, I don't think he would fight us. Come on. And he called me out like 2 years ago. And I remember seeing it. I was just like swipe up, like, okay, who the fuck is this guy? Like, don't care. There's when everyone was calling me out. And then some interviewer recently asked, like, do you know who or would you fight Andrew Tate? And that's when I seen this guy like starting to fucking pop up over the internet. I was like, oh, that's Andrew Tate. But what I'm saying is that Andrew, if my brother doesn't fuck you up, I will. And it has to go down. But I don't think he gets in the ring with one of us. I think it's too big of a risk for him. And
not for what? Why?
I mean, because he's alpha male, right? That's his whole entire thing. And when he loses, he will lose to one of us, either one of us that he fights.
All right. So, what do y'all think about him calling him out like that?
Yeah, I'll start off. So, I seen the initial clip of Andrew Tate calling out Jake Paul. Apparently that was actually 2 years ago. That was a clip when before Andrew Tate was really famous, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was I think when Jake Paul just started off, and then recently I seen Andrew Tate on like Aiden Ross's streams and all that. He says he actually like respects Jake now and like he likes Jake, right? But he's like I'll still fuck up Jake. And also I think I seen a clip people asking him like would you fight the Pauls? And I think he said something like, "Oh, I'm not making enough money for like I don't need that." Like that's why I don't really think this fight ever happens.
I mean, yo, honestly, there's no point in debating this because probably what's the color of your Bugatti? What's the color of your Bugatti? All right, he's top G what does what he
Top G.
wants. But no, for real though, I think Prob is right. Like he doesn't really need to take this fight. He's like a very successful businessman. He's very well off. He doesn't really need to take this fight, honestly. And if he does lose, it will take away from his top G alpha male, dominant character.
Yeah, that's kind of what like I wanted to touch on. Like he brought up a very valid point, and you can see Logan asking him why. Like, why don't you think he would fight? All right, and he brings up the valid point that yeah, he's considered an alpha male, and if they see him go out fighting and he gets knocked out or whatever it is, then his image it gets flipped on its head,
It's
right?
all done, yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly, I'm gonna disagree with Deep. I think he does need to fight, especially one of the Pauls, because I don't know. We've seen a lot of people get mega famous really quick for like like a period of time. I don't know why. I feel like Andrew Tate by 2023 will just not be clouded. We've seen it with like the Island Boys or like a bunch of people, right? Andrew Tate, of course, is really different from these guys, but how long can his like stick go up with this pyramid scheme? How long can he be triggering people with his like misogynistic views or whatever he does, right?
Mhm.
People are gonna get bored of it eventually until he switches it up. But let's see, he fights one of the Pauls, and that opens up opportunities to have more fights, right? And then he'll always be talked about whenever like the Pauls get brought up. Like, what do you guys agree?
I mean, yeah, that's true, but like, I don't know if he really like. He probably cares about clout somewhat, but it's probably not like the biggest thing to him. Because at the end of the day, he's rich as shit. Like he's not like you said, he's not like the other guys, like the Island Boys and stuff like that. So I mean, he wouldn't even do it for money. He's rich. I don't think it'd really bug him if he misses out on finding either
No,
one of them.
no. If he is rich, don't get me wrong, but of course he cares about the clout. That's his whole thing. He's made a so what he does is he has this Hustlers University thing, right? And when people join, they get a link. And whoever joins that link, they get a percentage of the money, right? And that's why he's shown everywhere because he says he wants to conquer the internet. So he no, he cares
Mm.
about the clout.
And then
That's his
maybe, but
number one
like,
goal.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, uh, about the thing about Prob saying he's not going to be clouded by like 2023. I mean, he's already they're already trying to cancel him,
Exactly, that's what I mean.
which makes sense because his takes on especially like women are
Insane.
they're not
Very much.
they're very like 1800s takes.
Yeah.
These are not takes of the 21st century. So yeah, honestly, I agree with Prob there because by the way it looks like he's gonna get canceled, and honestly, he should get canceled.
I mean, I'm just trying to say, like, if he does get canceled, whatever, even if his clout does die down, like, at the end of the day, he still has his money.
Oh yeah,
So that's the thing. Like, I don't know if he's willing to risk, like Mandeep said, getting knocked out, and then his whole thing's gone. His whole top G shit. Like, if let's just say he dies down, at least like he'll still have that like I was the top G, blah blah blah. But like if he gets knocked out, everything's done. The clout's not going to be there much longer, and then yeah, I think that's it for him.
it's as Andrew Tate says here. He's gonna wake up. He's gonna look outside. He's gonna see his Bugattis out there, and he's good. Him and his Bugatti. What color is your Bugatti, Harshano? You can't talk about this. What color is your Bugatti?
Chill, bro. I'm on his side. Well, no, not like actually on his side, but
You better rephrase that right now, yo. This is on the internet, Arshawn.
No, but like I'm gonna be honest, like my actual thoughts on Andrew Tate is I agree with certain things he says, especially when it comes to hard work.
Mhm.
Like all his takes on working hard are, I think they're 99% facts. Like you can't disagree with that. But his takes on women are is where it gets tricky to agree with him.
Those
Because
are only bad takes though. Like just the woman. I think like almost every other one's like, or
yeah,
he's just
yeah.
really good at debating it. You know, he's
Like
so
when
good
he's
at
not,
like
yeah,
he's so well spoken. It's so hard to like disagree.
that's what I
Yeah,
was about to
that's
say. He's
literally it.
very well spoken, a very smart individual. People, I hear people say, "Oh, this guy is so dumb." No, how is he dumb?
He's not dumb.
He's very smart. Like it'll be really hard to beat that guy in a debate. Like I
Mhm.
wouldn't try.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's as you guys said, right? He's very well spoken. I mean, yeah, he was very smart at marketing himself. You know that's how he blew up, right? He marketed himself very well, but his takes about women are they're very misogynistic. No one here agrees with them, and I hope no one agrees with them because
Mhm.
they're very, very, very wrong.
Yeah, because like he talks about these things, and like I believe honestly half the time it's just to get an audience, just to get the clout on there, like how Proud was saying.
And
He is a
marketing.
clouded guy, but yeah, he's trying to market out there, like he's still a businessman at the end of the day with a business type mindset. So he's gonna be talking like this, and he's gonna be trying to attract people. He's thinking strategically, right? But honestly, there's some points where yeah you could kind of agree with, right? Like he brings up a fair argument, but
Mhm.
then there's just points that are just flat out like, why is this guy even talking, right?
I
Like
I think like yeah, he probably does somewhat believe in them, but like it's also for attention. You know, the way he exaggerates some points,
yeah,
he's just really good at like drawing attention.
like come on, drinking like what, sparkling water makes
Sparkling water,
Yeah,
like come on, like
the heart attack one, whereas like if you're dying and you have heart attack, yeah, like
or the sushi one. Like
the
yeah,
sushi
so
one when
like
his brother literally
honestly
eats sushi. Like I don't
there's
know.
people that take him 100% serious and go like, yeah, this guy is legit or this guy is like completely wrong. Like, come on, like there's some things that are just you could clearly tell he's a joke, and there's no way you should be listening to him at all in that situation.
I forgot what he said. He said he'd like challenge his kid to a duel or something if he didn't
Yeah,
do it.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, yeah. Like obviously he's going a bit too far, stretching it out. It's just he just knows how to draw attention.
Yeah,
yeah, no, I agree, and I think and like I think a lot of younger people look up to him a lot, and if these younger like males specifically like follow what he says and then approach a woman like that, they're getting slapped in the face, like straight up.
100%.
They deserve to get slapped in the face, man. You shouldn't do not follow his takes on women, man. They're not good at all, yo.
And yeah, man, and transitioning on to something else, where so this is a place where we all live, me, Manib, Harshan, and Deep. It's called Brampton. We're from Toronto, but specifically in Brampton. And one thing I wanted to touch base on is a lot of people in Brampton think they're gangsters for some reason.
A lot, dude.
Yeah, yeah, no, they think they're the hood. And we actually wanted to show you guys a video, an example of this. And we'll react to it after. But Manib, can you play the clip?
yeah, I got it up. Just give me one sec. Let me put that up. Gotta make sure it's in 1080. All
Yeah,
right.
ready, bro?
Spoiling us,
Last
money.
night, the attack happened just outside of the man's home in Brampton.
Yeah, let's watch
Punjabi
this.
radio host Jody Singman can be seen getting into a white Jeep in broad daylight when a person wearing all black rushes at him with an axe. The attacker breaks the driver's side window as two more join the scene, brutally beating and hacking at the radio host with axes and a machete. The attack continues behind the vehicle as he tries to flee until man's mother runs out of the house. Police say that likely saved his life.
It's not something we would recommend. The attack being witnessed by his mother was obviously a very emotional event. She ran out. It was a pure reaction on her part, and it certainly helped contribute to him still being here.
All right, I think that's enough.
Entire incident is caught on a
But yeah, so as you guys saw, that's literally a dude trying to go into his car, and three people masked up came with machetes and axes, and clearly they tried taking the guy's life, which is crazy.
Honestly, what could like they said he's a host of like he's like a radio host. Is that
Yeah.
what he is?
Yeah.
Like, what could he be possibly, into that would get him into that, right? So there's no way that he's like, a gangster or anything, right? These guys clearly just came up and wanted to like hurt him, had the sole intention of either stealing his car or stealing his belongings, whatever it was. And this honestly, it's covered by the news, but a lot of this goes uncovered as well. And things like this happen on a daily. And it's actually very sad to see because you see all these wannabe gangster kids, have such amazing lives and they just want to throw it all away for nothing.
Yeah, no, I fully
As
agree.
Mandeep said, right? Like these guys their parents immigrated from a different country and started a new life and grinded for their children to have a better life and for them to do some dumb shit like this, like try to steal this guy's car or whatever, attempt murder. Oh my God, man. It's completed. It brings shame on the parents, it brings shame on the family name, it brings shame to them. It's just I don't know why people would act like that, man. Especially like, look, this guy was. You guys said he was a radio host, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a radio host. Like what would he have done for them to elicit that type of response? And even then, let's say he did say something or do something. How could it go to the point where you would attempt to murder the person?
Apparently, like from what I heard, it was like apparently something about international students and how it's like not good to have like that many in here or whatever. But like, what goes through somebody's head to listen to that? Say, okay, let's take some axes and machetes and let's go, fuck this guy up. Like, come on. They it looked like they tried killing him, and
Basically, yeah.
and on top of that, thank God like that woman came out of the house and like saved him. But she has balls because they could have easily done the exact same thing to her.
yeah, no,
Oh,
that's what's crazy. Like one slipper scared all these gangsters away, which
They
is
could have easily done it back, bro. Like, so lucky.
no, thank God. And another thing that I wanted to touch base on is I think us four know about it is justice for Mandeep. So I'll explain the backstory. She's a woman in New York from India who got married to this dude named Ranjodbir. And so what's been going on with this marriage has been domestic abuse, straight up. And sadly, Mandeep Kaur has passed away from suicide because she has been getting domestically abused by her husband, Ranjot Beer. And she came out with a video before dying explaining explaining and showing her bruises, how she's been getting beat up. She showed a video of this guy literally attempting to kill her, like choking her out while his like 4-year-old daughter is like screaming, like let her go, and she's like begging sorry, this that. Then there's videos coming out of him cussing off his own daughters, saying, "Oh, why didn't you give me a son? Why are you giving me a daughter?"
That's
And
insane.
So fucked up.
yeah, no, it's crazy. And news just came out today that this guy secretly did a funeral of Mandeep Kaur when Mandeep's family specifically asked if that the body can be sent to India so they can do the funeral there, and also so further investigation can be done. But this guy just went on and did the fucking funeral, and I don't know how he was allowed to do that.
I don't even say.
Should have
Like,
been a full blown investigation, honestly, before that funeral because they clearly didn't take a look at things and what could have been going on in the family. That guy shouldn't even be allowed near her within like a mile's reach, to be honest.
yeah, man. The fact that there was so much like video evidence of what her husband did to her, and the fact that the police didn't act on this quickly enough and allowed him to go with the funeral. And I think he cremated her even to make sure
Yeah,
that there
yeah,
was
yeah,
no
yeah.
evidence. Like that's just negligence by the police, man. That's not a good job. She was like they denied her of her justice that she very much deserves.
Yeah, no, what sucks is that in our community, in our culture, this is for some reason very common. It's been known to be very common, and it needs to stop. And honestly, like you much rather have a divorced woman over a dead woman.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you have to escape those situations, and I feel like the girl thought she couldn't escape, and look what happened. She lost her life. And what really pissed me off is that these people had gave the opportunity to actually interview the fucking guy. And this man really just denied everything when they asked, "Oh, but there's a video of you literally beating up your wife." He's like, "Oh no, but I had a towel in my hand." I was like, "What?" Or
Like what? Like where does this?
what?
Like where does this make sense? Please show me where this makes
And
sense. Like
then
I said,
and
I have a
then
towel
yeah,
in my hand.
they're like, "What about the videos of you cussing off your daughter?" They're like, "Oh no, like I didn't actually mean that. I love my daughters." And then like they're like, "So do you think you did anything wrong?" He's like, "Oh well, my wife was mentally like fucked up, so I should have done a local trucking job instead of a America job. Then maybe she wouldn't have killed herself." Like this guy is just like crazy,
Guys
bro.
trying to dodge everything. Like what? That's insane.
A local fucking trucking job. What about you? She had mental problems. Talking about a local fucking trucking job, you beat her. That's not helping someone if she does have mental problems. If you're gonna abuse someone like that, there's no help in that. You can't claim to not be responsible when there's videos of you attempting to kill your wife and cursing out your daughters. Like, oh my god. I hope somehow she still gets her justice.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a fucked up situation.
Fucked up world, bro. Fucked up people everywhere.
Very
Don't
much.
even know, like, bro. What goes through these people's heads, bro?
Yeah, no idea, man. Fucking, but like, yeah. Also, just to end it off, like with this topic is like, I honestly hope that this stops, especially in our community, as it's very common, and I hope people just raise their voice and speak on whatever is going on and stop domestic abuse. But
Yeah.
yeah, moving on. Um, Ever since we started the show, we've covered every UFC event. That's been a common theme. But we missed last pay per view, which was 277 deep.
Yeah, yeah.
277, and let's just all be honest, we weren't really excited for that card. Like realistically, I wasn't really like on paper. It wasn't a good card, but it did actually. It was pretty entertaining, wasn't it? Deep. I think you watched it, right?
I actually didn't watch it because I was outside with my friends, but I did. I actually went to my friend's birthday party, but I did end up going home and watching the main event. And Amanda did what everybody thought she was going to do in the first fight. She did dominate that fight. She took all the rounds. And but hats off to Juliana. She's tough. Like she's a tough woman to endure all of that damage, to go through all of that and survive 25 minutes. Juliana is the shit. She's the real fucking deal.
Yeah. Same thing with me and Harshan. We were actually at a party, so we didn't get to watch it either. But that's exactly what I heard. But even though that might have been like more on the weaker side of the UFC pay per views, I think the rest of the year is stacked. And if you guys want to talk a little bit on like what fights are coming up, Deep, you want to introduce them? Like whatever comes to your mind.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about stacked, we might as well talk about UFC 280, right?
Yeah,
Oliveira,
exactly.
Islam main event. Co-main event is TJ and Aljo. Um,
God.
and then featured bout is Yan and O'Malley. It's definitely a main event with a lot of star power.
100%. Even like fight nights that are coming up, like Robert Whitaker versus Marvin Vittori. I think
Yeah.
that's
The
a fight
Gone to
night.
Ivasa one. Yeah, the Gone to
Dude,
Ivasa and
how
Whittaker.
is that on the same card? That's
It's
a
insane.
pay-per-view card.
That's gonna be like an insane fight night, bro.
I think that's gonna go down as the best fight night ever.
It could.
It's gonna be very, because Robert Whitaker and Marvin Vittori were supposed to fight on the June card. I don't remember the
Yeah,
number.
yeah.
The June card they were supposed to fight, and like that was a fight everybody was looking forward to, and to see that fight go on and Gone and Tuivasa, even though I think Gone will definitely win because he just Tuivasa is a striker, but Gone is just on a different level. But even then, it's still an exciting fight to watch between two heavyweights, and watching Robert and Marvin Vittori go at it finally is going to be really entertaining.
This fight night's definitely gonna make up for like the previous ones, like the ones that like ended in injuries and stuff. So it sucks, but hopefully this one, yeah, it should be really good.
Yeah, man. I don't know why I have a bad feeling because the Islam versus Charles card it has been announced so early. I'm just praying nobody gets injured because that's a card I'm really looking forward to. It's for sure card of the year on paper.
On paper, yeah, for sure.
On paper, yeah, but we'll have to see because
Yeah.
that June card, whoo!
Yeah, I don't think anything's topping that card.
Yeah. I meant on paper, but
Yeah.
also Alex Pereira versus Izzy got announced, which is gonna be huge.
Oh yeah, that's gonna see if Izzy can finally get the win against Pereira.
Yeah, and then Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler is getting fun.
I didn't even know about that. Really? What
Yeah,
card?
yeah.
281, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn, that's gonna be insane. Chandler always puts on the best fights, I swear.
And honestly, I think Chandler could take it if he just sticks to wrestling, because that's what he was. He was a very strong wrestler in Bellator, and Poirier does struggle against very strong wrestlers. So if Chandler is able to keep it on the ground, Chandler could very well win that fight. But that's gonna be an amazing fight, man. That's gonna be fun to watch.
100%. And am I missing any?
Chimaev Diaz.
Oh yeah, Chimaev Diaz.
Well, that one is. I think everyone knows Hamzat's gonna win, but everybody loves watching Diaz, I guess. So it's not the worst.
It's gonna be a fun fight, regardless.
Sky Harshawn tries saying in the nicest way, "Yo, I'm just gonna kill him."
Yeah, no. Yeah, but I always like watching Diaz. He always is entertaining as shit, especially like press conferences and everything. So it's not gonna be the worst.
Yeah, no, bro. It's gonna be a crazy few months. Also, I heard rumors. I don't know if this is gonna happen, but I heard rumors like Masada versus Gilbert Burns might end up happening too.
Okay, but Burns would kill him. But like, yeah, that'd be.
No,
This guy's just like, yeah, he'd kill him.
okay, chill. That's not a murder fight.
I don't know.
I see Gilbert Burns winning, but it's not like Chimaev Diaz where it's like a clear winner.
Okay, yeah, no, but that's like beyond murder.
Oh,
no, but you know what, boys? You guys are the best fight is gonna happen in December. You know what that fight is?
Well,
they verbally agreed Yuri and Glover will go at it again in December.
God.
Oh, really?
For a second, yo, that's gonna be insane. Because that arguably the first fight was arguably the best fight I've ever watched, bro. Or no, it was the best fight I've ever watched. It might be the best fight ever. Holy shit!
Easily fight of the year.
Oh yeah, if that doesn't win fight of the year, we're riding. I don't care.
Yeah, but bro, one thing that's gonna happen is everyone's gonna have super, super high expectations, and then it's not gonna live up to people's expectations, and people are gonna be upset. That's what always ends up happening with rematches.
We'll watch it end up being better than the first. Wait, that's like pretty much
That's
impossible.
crazy,
But if it is, yo, I'd lose my shit.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to top their first fight, but honestly, just see like obviously like let's say. Because it probably won't live up to the first fight, because that first fight was like that was fireworks, man. That was amazing. But I think their second fight will still be good, and I think it'll be more technical, but I think it'll still be really good because Yuri did say in his call out to Glover that he wants a decisive win, that Glover earned this rematch because of his performance in their first fight. Like Yuri doesn't. Like the way he worded it, it sounds like he doesn't believe he's the champion. Like he needs that decisive win. So I think Yuri's going to be definitely more technical, but I think we're going to see a knockout finish in this second fight.
He still got the submission win. That should be decisive enough. But like, I get what he's saying because it was really close down to the wire.
Yeah, and we forgot to mention this fight that's coming in August is Leon Edwards versus Kumar Usman, which the card is not that good, right? Or am I?
Uh,
Luke Rockhold, Paulo Costa,
yeah,
and
it's
Oh,
decent.
yeah.
It's not bad.
Jose Aldo, and I actually don't remember his opponent's name
But
right.
the other two fights are like nobody's, right?
I know one is Marcin Tybura and
Oh,
Roman Romanov, if I'm not mistaken. Romanov. I actually don't remember the name, so sorry about that. But it seems like a pretty solid card. But I'm not gonna lie, the one fight there that's gonna be kind of hard to watch will be Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, because honestly, I think Costa is just gonna absolutely eviscerate Luke Rockhold from existence.
that's probably gonna happen. Usman's probably gonna retain again.
I think the Usman fight's gonna be boring. I predict it's gonna be wrestling dominant.
Usman doesn't. His fights aren't always boring.
I don't think he wants to stand and bang with Leon Edwards. He's smarter than that.
Because Leon is definitely the better striker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I think Usman will definitely try to strike with him, but I think he's definitely gonna shoot for legs and try to take him down.
He'll strike in the start though, because he's done that with everybody.
And yeah, not even just that. Like Usman is definitely, you could tell he's fallen in love with the boxing. Like he loves striking. You could tell.
Yeah.
so
He can
much
beat
better at
Canelo,
it.
bro.
So
He
much
can.
better at it.
Usman can beat Canelo.
Canelo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He-
he can't be
Boxing
Jake
fans,
Paul,
don't take us seriously, please. We're joking.
Yeah. The one TikTok clip I posted, it was when we were talking about Canelo versus Bivol, right?
Mhm.
Oh, the amount of hate we got in the comments. I know I showed Harshaw this. It was
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Wait, why? Why do we get heat?
I don't know. It was like casual. Not just like one person, not two people. It was like 10 comments calling us casuals. I was like, what the hell? What did we say? I think because it was like Fuzzle said some shit like, because Fuzzle was on the episode, right?
He said, I expected Canelo to win. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. Fair enough. But your boxing fans, don't come out. Don't come out. It's alright.
Joking. We know Canelo would destroy Usman.
Yeah.
In
no.
boxing, okay? UFC fans don't come at us. Usman
Yeah,
would destroy
exactly.
Canelo in UFC.
Alright,
No,
yeah,
actually,
Make both sides happy, man.
You guys are
Actually,
gonna get people triggered.
no,
fuck
that.
both of you.
I'm gonna tell
Fuck
the
both.
real shit, yo. In a street fight, Usman collapse Canelo. Alright, your Lord Canelo will get tapped out by Usman any day of the week. He'll get slept
That's
on the
true.
ground by
That's
Usman.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, boys. Today, to wrap up the podcast, before we wrap it up, I saw this thing on Twitter where the game came out of nowhere and dropped a diss track on Eminem. But did you guys know about this?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
What's
I
the
don't know exactly.
backstory?
Well, the game,
Yeah, what was
I think
that
this was
beef?
like a couple months ago. Like, I don't remember how the beef exactly started. But I remember at one point he said he was better than Eminem all time. And they had a
Wow.
lot of people going like, okay, come on. Like, let's be serious here. You're nowhere near Eminem. And I don't know. I think shit just spiraled out of there.
Bro, the game is weird because I remember like one time on Twitter he was like, just randomly he tweets at Logan Paul just randomly. He's like, "Yo, you and your brother come to Staples Center right now, 2v2."
Yeah, he's good. But he is still one of the legends of rap. So, but
Yeah,
like,
but,
not on like the Eminem level.
oh no, of course not. But I want to hear this track, but I heard it's 10 minutes long, so
10.
Yeah, I'll
many-
play like a 30-second portion of it because
Yeah.
ain't nobody trying to listen to the full 10. But yeah, let me put that on real quick. Hold
let's
up.
react to like 30 to 45 seconds of it. Just
All
turn
right.
it off one. All right, let's go.
All right, yeah, like
So like I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to a bit of it, but I was reading the comments. It's pretty much like he's taking jabs, or like I don't know if it's not even actual jabs, but he's like taking things from Eminem, what he previously said, like throughout like all of his history, like out like starting to the finish, and he's just using that in the song pretty much. And
but
like
is
some
it like really a diss track?
no, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like I
Some
feel
people
like
were
he's trying to
saying
like flex in the whole 10 minutes because I did skip through it. Now I didn't listen to the full thing, but I skipped through it and I caught like 4 different flows going on there. So
Mhm.
is he like just trying to flex like his lyrical genius? Oh yeah, he could master a couple flows like that, but like what's going on there?
Yo, it's just so weird. Like, I was reading the comments. Some people said that he was just paying, like, the way like he made it, like the way he was rapping it. It seemed like he was paying respects to Eminem. Like it was giving him like a tribute.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly.
it was like a diss, but it wasn't. It was so weird that like you can't even call it like an actual diss track. It seemed like he was just praising the guy.
Well, yeah, if you sit down in a studio and you talk about another dude for 10 minutes straight,
Yeah, like
like it's gotta be that you're praising him, right? Like there's no way you're dissing him for 10 minutes straight. Like, come on, you're talking about another dude for 10 minutes straight. Like,
all I'm saying is, if Eminem takes this as a diss, like the game should watch out because he's gonna come back and he's gonna get clapped
oh, he's
so
gonna
bad.
end his career right
Because we already
there.
know what he did to Machine Gun Kelly. He made him switch like music genres. So like,
MGK, Benzino, Mariah. Oh my god,
oh
there's
my
not
god,
a soul that Eminem hasn't touched. Like,
no one can mess with Eminem when it comes to rap battles, bro.
Nah, yeah. I was on Twitter and I saw people saying like the game is just doing this for clout. Like
exactly.
he's fallen off. I saw something like he needs to pay his bills because apparently he lost his record label and royalties to like a sexual assault accuser, which is like crazy. And yeah, realistically, he's probably just trying to do this for clout, make some money.
I mean, yeah, why not go for like the biggest rapper to like ever live, you know, or like
Yeah,
one at least.
exactly.
That's the way you're gonna grab attention. But if Eminem comes back, it's just gonna be an L.
Yeah, no, I don't. Honestly, I don't even think Eminem should fucking reply, bro.
He might not, to be honest. It just depends.
All right, guys. I think we covered a lot today. This was fun. All right, if you
Wait,
guys
hold
have
on.
any like,
I have one
pardon?
last thing to talk about real quick. I just remembered this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's actually pretty big. How do you guys feel about Triple H taking over?
Oh shit! Nah,
Oh yeah,
thank you
WWE.
for bringing that up, bro. Um, honestly, bro, already the few like clips of WWE product I've seen, like Karrion Cross coming back, Dexter Loomis showing up on Raw, it's been really interesting. And I watched a few clips of him on Logan's podcast. I think it's gonna be phenomenal, and I think it is phenomenal right now.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see because like everyone knows how Triple H ran like NXT and he made it so like NXT
Yeah.
was elite, right? And he's
So
giving
good.
all these people the push they deserve, like Tommaso Ciampa. He's giving them a push, and they're
Yeah.
pushing secondary titles like the United States title. They made like a whole segment like trying to make it more prestigious, and he made like a whole Raw just to building up to like Bobby Lashley's opponent. Like Triple H is already he's already coming into play, and he's already changing everything for the better, honestly, man. And the Karrion Cross, as you said, he came back and he was presented how he should have been presented when he came to the main roster. Dexter Loomis. I'm liking this Triple H era already, man. I'm liking
Yeah,
it.
man. Like the product seems fresh. Also, the PG era. I don't know if it's like fully done, but they changed it to TV 14, which is a huge deal because fuck the PG era. Let's be honest. And nah, man. Honestly, like I watch like WrestleMania, SummerSlams. I keep up with WWE a little bit, but of course we're not. I'm not watching it full time like UFC. But who knows, bro? Maybe we gotta go back into the product, right? Because Triple H is making it good.
Might have to, honestly. And like even with the TV like PG-14, he's giving like more freedom to wrestlers, like less scripting, less micromanaging. And even with PG-14, like matches like Last Man Standing or Hell in a
Yeah.
Cell, they could be taken to the next level with blood involved, right? So
Mhm.
it's gonna be fun to watch. Like honestly, I don't watch too much of it either, but I do keep up here and there, keep up with the news. But I might have to get right back into it, man.
Yeah, like okay, fuck this rivalry, Roman versus Brock, but the Roman versus Brock SummerSlam last man standing match was really good, like very fucking good.
Fire. That was fire.
Like Brock Lesnar picked up a ring with the
Oh yeah,
fucking tractor.
yeah, that was insane.
Like you don't see shit like that. That was like unique and fun to watch, and like I was like, wow, like that's probably the last time they're fighting, especially now with Triple H in control. But it was a really good last fight, you know.
Amazing, man. And seeing all the crazy shit they did, like that SummerSlam will go down as like the introduction of the Triple H era.
Yeah, which is phenomenal. But all right, man, and I hope I didn't miss anything else. If I did, be free to add anything on. But for now, I think we talked about a lot. We missed a few weeks for the show, but hopefully, we got some big interviews coming up, and of course, boys only episodes will be coming up more. And thank you, Manib, Harshan, and Deep for coming on, and thank you for everyone watching. And
Sure.
we'll see you next time. See you.
All right. Later.
Later.